Howdy folks, I'm back. Wanted to take you through the finger bones quest in the Gulf of Gunthak. Go ahead and zone in here from Plane of Knowledge. Okay. Here to the dock. Go ahead and jump off. Before I do that, I'll show you as point of reference. That's the lighthouse where the merchants and the banker is. This pretty big zone, it's broken up into several subzones. What we're headed for right now is the beach. Come think of it, let me put on some invisibility here. There's the beach, there's the troll fort area, and then there is the castle area. And the beach being the easiest and the castle being the more difficult, higher level mobs. And in each area, they drop finger bones. The beach area drops cracked finger bones. They're no drop. They're for a specific quest here. Drops are random. Mostly they drop off the humanoid. I saw something. Nope. They drop mostly off the humanoid mobs. Can't remember like a mosquito or anything like that ever dropping them. If I remember right, nothing here in the tunnels drops them. Drogmores or the mushrooms or the lotus, walking flowers, whatever you want to call them. This is the pirate fort area, and they drop the broken finger bones. You can see those on the screen. And then the pristine, of course, drop in the castle area with the higher level. Right up here to this left, a little subtunnel. Nothing special in it till you get to the end. Right over here to this spot, and you have a choice. You can go left or right. If you go to the right, you can see a couple of guards up here. And this takes you into into the crypt zone. Kind of a shortcut, and you go into the lava river, and it's a shortcut to the middle of that zone. If you take the left, you come to a dead end here, and Dimaal the Spiritmaster. And if you look around, you can see it's this large empty cave. Got a few ominous bones and things from past victims of something. So anyway, let's go ahead and hail him and see what he says. I'm in Viz, so of course, cast a spell, so I dropped it. Alright, now let's hail him. He says, visitor I see, welcome to the Cave of the Damned. I am the keeper of these caves, and I have been charged with holding the spiritual manifestations at bay. Many bloody battles have been fought on the shores of Gunthak. Many more battles will be fought here. Click the link, manifestations. And he says, most of the spirits that perish on the beach move on to the next world, though a few remain bound to their ships or comrades and remain on the shore. Every once in a great while, however, a spirit breaks its bond to the beach and is drawn to this cave. There is magic in this cave, dark magic. The spirits that find their way here draw power from the magic in the caves. I sure that the spirits that find their way here remain contained in the cave along with their treasures. And he says, I figured that would pique your interest. A few of the spirits here have managed to retain a portion of their material possessions. If you wish, I can channel the spirits into a form where you may request their treasures. Of course, there is a price on that. He says, finger bones. There is strong magic in the bones of our fingers, and I use such bones to summon the spirits, as well as keep them bound to this cave. Bring me 4 identical finger bones. The better condition the bones are in, the stronger the spirits I call will be. So that's the quest. So let's go ahead and give him these. But before I do, little heads up on what's going to happen. Inventory. The empty area up here in this cave, there will be several mobs will pop up, and they'll pop up in 3 or 4 waves, depending on level and other conditions. You've still got these mobs out here, so if you're soloing or in a group, you're going to have to take care of them. And their respawn rate, if I remember right, is around 8 minutes or so. 6, 8 minutes, whatever. So there are some boundary limits here. If you go out into this cave, you might get attacked by them. So if you go in here in the middle, and the Savage Lord Hunter, I think he's for like a Beast Lord, Epic Quest or something, I don't know. He doesn't attack or anything, but you might not want to do area of effect spells close to him either. Anyway, stuff will spawn and immediately attack, and it's almost all of it, I believe, is, yeah, it's all undead. So clerics and paladins may have a little advantage on stuff, and your necros, of course. But they will all immediately attack. If you're soloing this, like I used to do, you're going to have to run. You'll probably have to run around like a bard, kind of in a circle here. Now, you don't want to go too far out of this circle, because these flames right here are kind of the barrier, the border of this cave. So you don't want to go past. You can do it for a couple of seconds and come back in quickly. But if you stay out too long, what will happen is the event will end. Whatever mobs are currently spawned, you can go ahead and finish them off or whatever. But the rest of the waves may not spawn again. And so what you'll have to do is wait a certain time period. I can't remember how long it was. It was like 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever, before you can, before Dimaal would repop, and then you could try the quest again. And of course, you'd have to have 4 more finger bones of some type to do it. You cannot mix and match. They have to be 4 of the same type, by the way. Usually it was 3 or 4 waves of mobs. If I remember right, it was 4 waves. There will be a named mob, and he will drop whatever the good loot is. Sometimes he will occur in the 3rd wave, and sometimes they'll occur in the 4th wave. It's totally random. Of course, if you're just after that particular loot, you don't have to stay. But anyway, really good EXP, a nice challenge, whether group or soloing. So I'll go ahead and do it, and just so you get the idea of the mechanics. I'm using a level 92 Magician. I'll go ahead and go 3rd person here just so you can see the action. My pet is going to take care of these guys pretty quickly. So I'll go ahead and do the cracked. But the mechanics for the quest is the same no matter which one. That, clear him off of my target list, turn around, and you can see they're already attacking. They're going to die pretty quick. Okay, so those were troll zombies that that attacked me, but there was one caster of some type over here off to the side. Some of these casters act like wizards, and some act like clerics, and they will re-heal all these bad guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and loot these, even though I normally wouldn't, just to clear up the corpses. Anyway, back to first person here. Anyway, so now's the time. Once you've cleared that first wave, it's a good time to go ahead and meditate, do whatever you have to do. And you had several minutes before it repops. So I'm going to recast my buffs here. I will wait on the next respawn. I'm going to go ahead and stand right here in the middle. And I'll edit this down so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Oh, I guess if you're still watching, what kind of loot did I get? I got ornate defiant chain gauntlets. Let's see, 14, 16, a little over 16 plat. Modest binding powder, crystallized sulfur. Okay, so we had 2 cursed mages casters in that group. 3 or 4 trolls. Harpoon. Normally I don't even bother to loot these weapons. Like I say, I'm just doing it now just to clear up the corpses. But they sell for about 5 platinum to a merchant. Alright, that was second wave, so we'll go ahead and wait for the third one. There they go. First Vicar, first Mage. So the Vicar, of course, would be a healer, and the Mages just be damage. Okay, another long wait to begin. Third round. Got a hermit crab here that I foraged. Skill modification of fishing, 5%. Parentheses, 10 max. One of the things another thing I've foraged up here, bay seaweed, decided it could be used in trade skills. Used it in cooking. Here's a nice one, Niflick egg. Item can be used in trade skills. This is a snack. Can't remember if I was able to make a lump of dough with that or not. I don't think I was able to. Then that's why one of the reasons I went ahead and sold it off my merchant instead of. Okay. All right. Samadhi the Cursed. Name Zombie Troll. Name Zombie Troll. All right. Let's see what the special loot was. Great Sword of Lost Souls. Magic, lore, placeable, class, warrior, paladin, ranger, shadow knight, berserker. Race all, and it's a primary. Being a two-handed slashing. Base damage 25, magic damage 5, delay of 40, but a damage bonus of 93. So it hits pretty hard. For the level, what would you have to be in here? You have to be in the high 20s, mid 30s or so in a group to take these things on. So yeah, that's a pretty good sword for that level. Could be better. It's not near as good, obviously, as the Defiant stuff that drops now. Back in the day, that was pretty decent. Strength +7, stamina +7, fire resistance at 13. So again, not too bad. You contribute it, not no drops. You can hand it around, give it to a twink or an alt something. Go ahead and loot that one. One of the things about the potential loot that drops here, should be a pearl necklace, sells for about 4 plat. This is an augmentation. Brigand Sunken Treasure. Required level of 35, hit points 10, mana 15, endurance 15. When it comes to the loot in this challenge, the names drop two different types. They'll drop like a strong one, and they'll drop like what most people would consider a weak one. So I can't remember off the top of my head what the other loot drop was, but I know I've gotten things like I believe it was like waterlogged tunic or something like that in here, which allowed me to breathe underwater. All you had to do was wear it. Don't know if I believe you had to actually equip it. I don't know if it would work just from inventory. It's been too long since I've had it. There were some fairly decent loot drops from this challenge, so it wasn't just a way to kill time or something. There were some things for, remember, high 20s, mid 30s or whatever, that were fairly decent loot and worth going after. Okay. We'll go ahead and finish this, but before I did that, I wanted to show you this skull and this rib cage up close, and the little flies that they have animated there. At the time, I thought that was kind of neat. Now, obviously, with today's advanced video cards and everything else, it's kind of hokey. But it was a nice little touch the designers threw in there. All right, guys, that's it. As you'll notice, that Dimaal is gone, and like I said, it takes quite a while for him to repop. I want to say it was like 20, 30, 40 minutes, something like that. It may have been as much as a couple hours. But anyway, as long as you have these finger bones and stuff, you can turn them in. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.